Hello, 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 and welcome to the GTD Podcast. We're missing Max again today because his schedule is weird, I guess. Who knows? Consistency is not apparently key when it comes to the success of a podcast. Who knew? But other than Max not being here, I actually have people here, so that's a plus, I suppose. I'm here with Matthew without a face.
Hello.
Thank you for the belated hello. I love how it's delayed every single time. I'm also here with Devin and or whatever. He has like 5 channels. I don't know. You gonna say whatever? Yes, and I'm also here as well, Aaron and or Norax. It's all the same every day. What even is this opening? It's never consistent. I can't get. You know what? I don't
That's
care.
good.
The opening of this podcast has never been good, I guess, and it's fine. Anyways, we have several things coming up in the show. We'll be discussing about what we've been talking this. We'll be discussing what we've been playing this week, but I can guarantee you already know the answer to that question. Then we'll be taking a look at some trailers. We have 5 trailers this week. Instead of 3, which is our usual amount, and that's because there is absolutely no news worth talking about. So we'll not be discussing any news, but we will be discussing host topics if we have any of those lying around. Then we'll be discussing, after that, then we'll be moving on to shameless self-promotion, talking about ourselves shamelessly and promoting ourselves at you, the humble viewer who wishes to consume our media. Probably. I don't know. A podcast is average at best. Who knows? Maybe somebody likes it. Then we'll be moving on to the end of the show, and now that's faster and faster, quickly paced intro is out of the way. Devin, what have you been playing this week?
Minecraft.
Wow, really? I never would have guessed.
Yeah, it's a real surprise. Total surprise. No one was
Total surprise. Absolute shocker.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Absolutely shocking.
Yeah.
But since you've been playing Minecraft, have you anything to discuss regarding it? Or is it just whatever?
No.
All right, cool. You've been playing Minecraft.
Yeah.
That's fine. Not every week has to be interesting. All right then, Matthew, what have you been playing this week? Just get this out.
Well, to be honest, I mean, Minecraft. And
Wow.
not much of it, I wouldn't say.
All right.
Less than I'd like to.
Cool.
Yeah.
I'm glad. I'm absolutely fantastically glad that this segment gets better every week. Yeah, I know there's a cat. She's probably more interesting than the podcast, to be perfectly honest. Let's just focus on the cat for an hour and a half. Yeah, that's good. That's the good stuff. My views are just rising by the second.
Because this is live.
Yeah, I mean, it's not live, but it could be if I wanted it to.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, let's just focus on that cat for like the whole podcast, and it'll be way more viewed and way better than anything I've produced thus far. Yeah. So, Matthew, that's all you've been playing?
Yeah.
That's all you've been doing? That's all you have to say and discuss?
I mean, I recorded a YouTube video and I'm editing it.
Wow, that's interesting. Yeah.
I need to put a deadline for when I'm going to finish it.
Promise the internet right now when it's going to go live.
All right, let's see.
Do it now for the sake of recording.
It will go live on, at the latest, Tuesday.
All right. You've made the internet a promise, Matthew. You have to keep this promise.
Why did you do this to me?
Because it'll motivate you to get it done.
I'm gonna edit some later today, at least.
Well, yeah, just do it. Do it. Do it.
All right, let me just
Anyway.
pull up Resolve. Won't edit
Edit
during-
while the podcast is going on.
Yeah, I'll really
need
be
to
able to
get it
focus.
done. I need to get it done. I promised the internet.
And because I promised the internet something, I have to get it done as fast as humanly possible.
Yeah. I mean, just setting a deadline for yourself in general and trying to, like, generally speaking, setting deadlines for yourself don't necessarily work because it's your own
Yeah.
deadline that you set.
Yeah.
If you have a deadline, if you make a promise to something, it's like, oh man, I should probably do that. I should probably get it done when I said I'll do it.
Yeah,
You know,
that's definitely true.
like make a promise to the internet that the content they enjoy will be done when you say it will be, and suddenly your workflow is improved.
That's fair.
Yeah,
I actually
great.
need to type up my schedule. I keep forgetting.
Schedules. Wouldn't it be great to have one?
Well, you can make one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
it's getting on my
anyways,
computer.
what?
Nothing. Just some of the cat fur was getting on my keyboard.
Well, that seems like a problem.
Yeah.
Yes.
What have you been playing?
What have I been playing? Oh man, you'll never freaking guess. You'll never guess
Oh,
what I've
is
been
it Dark
playing.
Souls?
Oh
Not
man,
Dark
you
Souls.
know me so well. Yes, the only thing I've been playing this week is Dark Souls 2 specifically. This is something I mentioned last week on the podcast, I believe, as well. I was doing a playthrough of Dark Souls 2, and like, just, you know, I don't like Dark Souls 2. I was not forcing myself to play it, but I was trying to enjoy my experience, which is kind of hard because of how much I dislike that game. But that's fine. I've already gone on like a 30-minute rant about Dark Souls 2 once in this podcast's history. I don't need to do it again. I will say one thing. I haven't played Dark Souls 2 in like, I don't know, over 2 days now. Mostly because it's like, it's gonna sound stupid, but I died and lost a bunch of souls and I just lost will to play the game.
Yeah, same.
But this is slightly different because losing souls doesn't bother me in Souls games. Really. It genuinely doesn't. But in Dark Souls 2, the enemies have a finite amount of times they respawn. For some reason. I don't know why they chose that design choice. But like, if you kill enemies in an area enough, they will just stop respawning, and the area will be devoid of enemies. Which means you can't, like, grinding in Dark Souls has never been, like, first of all, that doesn't fit with the lore of Dark Souls whatsoever. Secondly, grinding in Dark Souls has never particularly been a necessity. Like, you can go through the game at level 1. Dark Souls 2 less because of the mechanics in that game, but you can go through that game at level 1 and completely beat it and it'll be fine. And, you know, it's like you don't have to worry about leveling up that much. But it's something that I like in Dark Souls 2. It's not about grinding or playing the game at like what's the term? It's not about It's not about playing the game in a like what the word? Optimal fashion or like anything like that. It's literally just like I figured out the idea that if you die and lose your souls in Dark Souls 2, or you don't go out of your way to kill all of the enemies until they stop respawning, you're literally playing the game at a loss to yourself the entire time. That's just what it is. Because in Dark Souls, I'm going on a rant again, but I'll finish this quickly and then we'll move on. In Dark Souls 1, the loss of souls hits you really hard because it takes time to get souls. Like, most of the enemies don't give you that many souls, and grinding for souls, if you need to, can take time. The element, the thing that hurts you is the fact, oh my god, I just spent so much time grinding for those. I can't believe this. That sucks. And it still hurts, and it's a fine game mechanic. In Dark Souls 2, if you die and lose your souls, you're like, welp, I guess I'll just be playing the game at a loss forever now because those enemies I got those souls from never come back. You know, it's just, I don't know. It's just it's a badly designed game mechanic. And I've expressed my hatred for Dark Souls 2 on so many occasions, it's not even funny anymore. So, in fact, I don't think it was ever funny. Who cares? If you like Dark Souls 2, enjoy it while you still have brains to enjoy it. Anyways, yes, that's all I've been playing this week, and I only went on like a 5-minute tangent this time, so at least I'm not wasting a lot of time. Yes, moving on, I suppose. Yes. I've been playing Dark Souls this week. That's all I've been playing. I was planning on playing some games yesterday, but the short answer is that I forgot I was going to do that, and I'm lazy. So there's your answer. Moving on to the trailers. Moving on to trailers, our next section of this podcast that I've been doing for 10 episodes in a row. Surely I know the format by now. Yes, moving on to trailers. I repeat myself too often. Our first trailer that we will be showing of the day is the Mass Effect Legacy Collection official announcement trailer. So let's see how that goes.
To do this.
Yes, and that was the Mass Effect Legacy Edition official reveal trailer. Now, as far as trailers go, it's fine. Doesn't really show gameplay, but I guess it doesn't really need to, since it's a remake collection of the 3 original Mass Effect games, as well as all of the DLC that came with those games, or were released for them, I suppose. Now, I know neither of you know what Mass Effect is, so I'll quickly explain. Mass Effect was a very highly regarded series back in the day, and sort of was the what's the term? I suppose the sort of the first games to do the multiple choices, your choices matter
Oh,
type gameplay system, where you make choices and speak to characters, and then those choices are supposed to have an effect on the larger story at hand. It was originally made by BioWare. Well, I say originally. It was always made by BioWare. BioWare are still a company. I believe they're owned by EA currently. Not that it matters. But yes, the remake is also being made by BioWare. And yeah, it's a remake of the Mass Effect games. I personally haven't played any of the Mass Effect games. I plan on doing so. I've planned on doing so for a while, but game collections. Wouldn't it be fun if I actually did play all of my games? Wouldn't that be a fun thing?
How many do you have, though?
Oh, probably over like 70.
Oh, that's not that many, comparatively.
I'm just, I've never counted the amount of games I have, but ignoring my physical game collection, I have a lot of digital games as well.
Okay.
The Steam library is like over 100 games, I think.
Okay, you might not never get I don't know that you'll ever get through all your games.
I will. At
You will?
some point. Last year, I was going in an attempt to play all of my games. Basically, my plan was to beat every video game I owned over the course of that year, but it never panned out because I was playing through a game, forgot to save, lost a bunch of progress, and then didn't want to play through all that progress again because it was literally like an entire play session. So it was like several hours worth of progress.
Mm-hmm.
It was not fun. I feel like I'm probably at the point where I can start playing through that again. It was just, meh. But yes, speaking of the trailer that we just watched, what do you guys think?
Looks fine to me.
Yeah.
I don't have much to say on it. Really?
muted.
I'm not.
Devin is muted. What's going on?
sorry.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yes. What?
I don't know. I don't really know that much about the Mass Effect saga. But it looked interesting.
Yeah. Oh, that's the other thing. Mass Effect is very infamous for, specifically Mass Effect 3, very infamous for having a absolutely terrible ending. It's that game lives in infamy because of that. A lot of people were very disappointed by the ending back in the day. And, well, like I said, I haven't personally played through it, so I don't know what the disappointment really entails to. But it basically comes down to the ending being, from what I remember and recall at the moment, it was basically a 3-choice hallway. Because the 2 other games are also interconnected with the 3rd. Like, if you played all of them on the same console, your save file would literally be detected, and all of your choices would move over to the 2nd game and try and interweave a story around your choices as well. So 3 games worth of choices leading up to a hallway of 3 doors that ultimately are pointless. So, you can see why people would be angry, but at the same time, BioWare were basically shooting themselves in the foot. Like, these games came out in, 23... Mass Effect 3 came out in 2012 or 11, I believe. These games are quite old, and back then, even today, there really is not technology or a way to create a game system that has that much of a dynamic story system where all of your choices will matter and go towards an ending. It's just not possible. Because, well, it's just not possible to create something like that. The best you'll get away with is having, singular choices that matter on a grander scale instead of a lot of little choices that ultimately lead you to the same place. But then again, it also still doesn't matter because there are multiple people in the gaming sphere who will play through those games over and over and over again to get every single possible path. So, it's there wasn't much BioWare could have done, but at the same time, there was a lot there wasn't much they could have done to end the story in a satisfactory way, given all of the choices that players independently would have made on their own. But there would have been a way to try and give a satisfactory send-off at the very least, which they did not succeed in doing. Anyways, yeah, that was the Mass Effect. What was it called? Sorry, the Mass Effect Legendary Edition. If you like Mass Effect, you're probably already pre-ordered it, so good for you, man. I don't know. BioWare has kind of a history in their games development, but a lot of their games have that the BioWare system of picking choices. A lot of their games have that, so they made a game recently that came out. Oh, that's right. During the PS5 showcase, game Godfall, I believe it's called. That was something that they made. It was like a hack and slash game that had weird. I don't even know what kind of style it had. But I think it was called Godfall, and it was like a big hack and slash game that was very BioWare in nature. So, anyways, if you don't have anything else to say about the trailer or just a thing, I'll move on to the next one in the list. So, yeah. All right. Our next trailer of the day is another remaster/remake collection. It is the Nioh collection launch trailer for the PS5. So let's look at it now. And that was the Nioh Collection launch trailer. So if you want to go out and buy it, it came out 2 days ago. So go and buy that for your PS5 that you don't have because it's impossible to get one. Yes. Nioh is made by Team Ninja, as you can see in the thing, and Team Ninja are very proficient in. Actually, first of all, just for you two, Nioh back in the day when it was originally released for the PS4, I believe, was one of the first really big sort of Dark Souls likes that sort of came out. It was very heavily compared to Dark Souls when it came out, and it does have similarities, but it's more action heavy than Dark Souls, which makes sense because it's made by Team Ninja, a studio that is very well known and proficient in hack and slash character action games like the Ninja Gaiden series. The new one, not the old one. The Ninja Gaiden series. Yeah. I believe they've done some other stuff.
Ninja Gaiden.
What?
I've heard of Ninja Gaiden.
Yeah. Ninja Gaiden was originally a action platformer on the NES, I believe. And then Team Ninja took the Team Ninja sort of remade the IP on the Xbox 360 originally into like a very really ridiculously hard character action game. So, you know, Team Ninja are very well known and good at that. And I, once again, haven't played through Nioh 1 and 2, but just consoles are expensive, and I just, you know, money isn't always money.
That makes sense.
Anyways, yes, but that's the thing. Nioh was fairly compared to Dark Souls back in the day. It was one of the first big ones that was very successful. And yeah, it's very Japanese. It has a lot of Japanese cultural references in it, like yokai and monsters and stuff like that. Even like little details where I believe it's if you want to level up or save or something. I don't remember the exact reason, but it has very specific steps. Because in Japan, if you want to like pray at a shrine, there are very specific steps that you need to take, and in the game you actually go through those steps. So
nice.
It's basically through an animation. It's not like you have to perform them, but like it's very detailed in its Japanese-ness.
Well, that's good.
So yeah,
that's cool.
Mythology. That's the term I was looking for. It has a lot of Japanese mythology stuff in it as well. What do you two think?
Well, it looks nice. It doesn't. It looks. Words failed me. Hold on. It looks like it's actually a pretty decent game.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure that it's a type of game that I'd be into, but it still does look pretty good. And it's cool that it really like keeps to mythology and that sort of thing. Like it delves into that sort of thing.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure a lot of the monsters you fight are yokai and stuff like that.
That's cool.
Yeah, what about you, Devin?
It looks like a game. I don't.
All right then, that's fine. But yes, that's fine. Yes, that was the Nioh collection. Fairly good games from what I've heard. I just have not had personal experience because money. That's basically the only reason. If I was a millionaire, I would own all games. All games in existence, every single one of them. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think you mean billionaire or trillionaire. Because there are a lot of games.
Yeah, there are. There really are. Even the original Atari's list of games for it is quite high. So there's that. Anyways, but yeah, that was the Nioh Collection launch trailer. If you want to go pick it up, you can because it's out, even though the PS5 is almost impossible to get a hold of. So maybe just buy it for the PS4. Maybe just do that. It'll probably be simpler.
Yeah.
But yes, our next trailer of the day is for a game called Haven. It is the launch trailer for Haven. So we'll get that going.
You?
All right, let's talk about it. Fine.
I was just gonna ask if you could switch off the light.
Oh,
This planet is our chance to start a new life, just with our own rules.
we can decide whatever we want.
If they learn we made our way here, they probably won't be happy.
What does that mean for us?
That means we're in deep blue.
Arrest in progress.
You started it.
Stay away!
Any other takers? How long do you think this is gonna last?
Nothing is safe, Kay. That's what makes life so exciting. Do you think that failing to comply with an arrest is an aggravating charge?
Yes.
Good.
Until the last moment, then?
Until the last moment.
And that was the launch trailer for Haven. So go buy it if you want to. I'm not your boss, nor your dad. So do what you want, I guess.
No, that looked like a really good game.
Yes.
I might actually want to play that game. It looked like Pokemon almost.
So there was a little bit of gameplay in the trailer itself. Well, there's quite a bit of gameplay, but like combat based gameplay. It appears to have a turn-based and/or active battle system. So it's an RPG of sorts. And also, I did look into this. So the main concept is that you are a husband and wife on a planet by themselves. And by the trailer, it appears they are not supposed to be there. So there's that. So yeah, go buy it. It's on Nintendo Switch. It looks cool. What do you guys think? Like Matthew specifically, since Devin, I think, or what do you know?
Well, I can definitely say that it looks very nice. What happened?
I got kicked.
Oh.
Well,
once again, like some of the other ones, I'm not sure I'd purchase it. Like just based on the combat mechanics, partially, it's like
It's got a 97 on Steam. That's pretty good.
yeah,
That's really good. Wow.
but like
it appears to be doing pretty well for itself currently. That was the launch trailer for Switch, so you can go buy it on Switch or PC. Generally speaking, if something's on Switch, it's probably on PC. Well, if it's an indie game anyways.
Looked good.
Yeah.
Indie games are most of the time multi-platform, which in most cases means like PC or Switch or something like that. Switch is very good for indie games. It has been for quite a while. indie developers really like putting their stuff on the Switch.
Hmm.
Yeah, the Switch is a very good indie platform, from what I've understand. Yeah, Matthew, I sort of interrupted you. Sorry about that.
I found that in a lot of games, I don't generally like that style of combat.
Turn-based.
Like, no, specifically, like I don't mind turn-based combat, but specifically that form of turn-based combat.
All right, then.
For the most part.
It's such a very weird and slightly specific complaint, but okay.
It is. But it's true.
Yeah, all right then. It's just very strange to me.
We'll
Yeah.
let it be that way.
All right then. Yes. Whoops. Words. Yeah. Yeah. No. No. What are you doing? Some weird stuff are going on in the background. Yeah, Devin, you sort of gave your opinion, but what do you think overall? Just as like a refresher, I guess.
It looks like it's clean. Like the animation is smooth. It looks like they've worked out the basic mechanics. What's the word? It looks like a finished game. And
I hope so.
My guess is that there's probably some stuff in there that they left out of the trailer that you get to discover as you play, but the basic, like there is a gameplay
they definitely left
that I
out,
kind of discern.
Yeah, I mean it gives you sort of a base from the trailer. It seems to give you a basic outline of what the game's about.
Yeah,
it looks interesting.
It looks cool.
I'll probably delve into it soon-ish. But yeah, but yeah, what happened? Why am I exploding from the inside out with my brains? It appears playing too much Dark Souls has just rotted my brain to its core. Anyways, yeah, that was Haven. It looks cool. Go buy it. Support the developers. They're probably cool people. Anyways, our next trailer of the day, like I said, we have 5 trailers this week, not 3 as usual. Because, anyways, our next trailer for Blue Fire launch trailer.
Rated everyone 10 and up.
Breath of the Wild ripoff. Not ripoff. It looks like it was inspired by Breath of the Wild. Like it took the best parts of the Breath of the Wild and then combined them with like Pokemon.
I think of Hollow Knight.
Like, yeah. Because you got the Hollow Knight different progression. That looks cool. I was gonna say Hollow Knight next.
That was the trailer for Blue
Wow.
Fire. Yes, it appears to be a sort of 3D adventure hack and slashy type game with some cool, genuinely very. I actually really like the art style and the character designs.
Yeah.
I like them a lot.
Yeah.
It taps into one of my favorite types of like simple designs, but very, very like detailed at the same time. Yes, that once again another trailer for a game that's already out. So go buy it, you fools! You fools from I don't know, Kentucky, wherever you're from, just go buy it. I don't know. Yes, the Blue Fire. It's out. Go buy it. It's cool.
Yeah.
What did I have anything else to say? It's probably also on other systems other than Nintendo Switch. But it's on the Switch currently, so you could go buy it there. Or what have you. I don't know. I'm not your boss. But yeah, Matt, what did you think of a game?
The art style was nice. I definitely agree with you on that. But I don't know what to think of it. I'd have to see some actual like people just playing it.
There was
It looked like there was a bit of gameplay, but like I'd need to see more gameplay of it.
All right.
So I don't know.
All right.
It looks like it's probably good though.
Cool.
It looks fun.
Yeah. Yeah. Just freeze my face like that and then put like a dial tone over my face because that's what my brain's doing right now. Yes, Devin, I know you said like rip off of Breath of the Wild, and I mean I guess I wouldn't say rip off, but you know.
Yeah, it's not a ripoff. It's not pretending to be Breath of the Wild. I would actually say it probably looks more like it ripped off of Hollow Knight and like it's a 3D version of Hollow Knight than Breath of the Wild, but it reminds me of Pokemon, and it's very clearly inspired by Breath of the Wild.
Yes, I mean, well, you two wouldn't have noticed it, but there is very clearly there was a character wearing green with a mustache and white hair, and it's like, that looks like Link.
Yeah, I noticed that.
There's a character that looked a lot like Link, but not Link from Breath of the Wild. Probably like grown-up Toon Link, probably. But yeah, it does look like Link. I don't know what character that's supposed to be, but it does, you know. It shows it wears its inspiration on its sleeve, and that's fine.
No, it's totally fine. If it's actually better because it means that people will know what it's based around. Because that sounds fun. Hollow Knight had some problems, and Hollow Knight plus Breath of the Wild plus whatever the other one was, Pokemon, a little bit of Pokemon-ness.
Is it Pokemon just because
I mean
of
specifically
the
the animations,
or animations?
Yeah. I mean, what is Pokemon? Pokemon's an art style.
No, Pokemon is a video game franchise that is a JRPG at heart. A very basic JRPG, but a JRPG.
Pokemon's an art style.
It really isn't. I think the anime can attest to how much of a non-art style it is, since every season looks different.
Good point. It's a good point. Whatever.
Yeah. Deb, you have anything else to?
No, it looks. If you've played those games and you know what those are, then ow, Arthur, hi.
Well,
you don't want to sit in my lap. You just want to claw my lap. I see. Trying to dig at my ankles. If he wants attention.
So our 30-minute cat break has initiated.
No. More words to describe it, I would guess, or what I think it would be it looks like a game where you play as the hero who goes around collecting powers and completing puzzles and stuff and unlocking whatever those things are you stuck your sword in and unlocked the shrine or whatever it was.
I mean, it was possibly a sword. It was also possibly just a key.
Could be a key. It looked like a sword.
Well,
Could have been a key.
the
I didn't see
Keyblade
it
is a
very-
thing, so maybe
Okay.
it's secretly Kingdom Hearts. Who knows? God, this game is from all walks of life. It's amazing.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah,
It's called Blue something. I forgot its
Blue
name.
Fire. It came
Blue
out.
Fire.
You can get it
Okay.
on the Switch or most likely PC and possibly somewhere else. Who knows?
Does PC me and I could get it on a Mac, maybe?
I assume probably. I'm not sure
Okay.
if your Mac could run it, but it probably could.
My Mac can run everything.
Are you sure?
Oh, you mean the software might be incompatible? Yeah, that's possible.
I mean, Steam can work for Mac, so if
Okay.
it's on Steam, you could get it. You could also get it on Switch. Just saying. It's on sale
I
right
could get it.
now.
I don't have a Switch though.
All right then. But yes, you don't have a
Yeah.
Switch. Crazy stuff. That. Yes. That was the trailer for Blue Fire. I'm just gonna stop talking because I physically can't apparently. Anyways, anything else, Dad? Or we can move on.
Oh, that's good.
All right. Our final trailer of the day, the fifth and final trailer. I hope you've enjoyed them thus far. Anyways, our third and final trailer of fifth, whatever. It's a trailer for In Nightmare. Announcement trailer.
Oh god.
Yes, that was the announcement trailer for In Nightmare. This game isn't out. It's coming sometime this year. It does not say in the trailer. It is just an announcement. So stay tuned for when it comes out at some point, I suppose. Yes, that was the trailer for In Nightmare. What? I mean, first off, obviously, it's a horror game.
And I just adore playing horror.
I know, you love horror games. You love to see it. You love to play it.
Yeah.
To have great horror experiences. But yes, obviously it's a horror game, but I always enjoy seeing weird and different takes on horror, especially in this day and age, because most horror games that have come out, I don't know, like a lot of the horror games that have recently come out or have come out in the last like several years have all been like first person, like jumping on the bandwagon of like first person horror, or like not Dead by Daylight, but what is it called? There's a horror game that was basically kind of like an 80s horror slasher film where you had all the stereotypes and stuff to go along with that, but it was a horror game and your choices sort of affected the outcome of characters and stuff. Quite a few games have done that recently as well. So it's nice to just see something weird and almost cutesy in a way in the horror genre. Always good and fun to see unique and weird takes on horror.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like Little Nightmares as well as just sort of like, Little Nightmares is a weird take on horror as well. Yes, in Nightmare, obviously it looks kind of like isometric view for the camera gameplay aspects. I actually like a lot of the designs for the monsters, stuff like that.
Yeah.
What?
I thought I'm talking to Aaron on Zoom.
You thought what?
We're all on Zoom. Hi.
Oh,
What did Matthew say? Matthew said something.
Not hear him.
I haven't said anything yet.
All right, cool. Good to know I'm going crazy.
But I do
yeah.
have something to say.
Really?
Yes.
What do you have to say?
Even if it wasn't a horror game, it's not the type of game I like playing.
How
So
many video games have you played, period, in your life?
I'm meaning style and view.
I-
Well, not necessarily style, but
Saying
like art style, perspective, that sort of thing.
art.
But how many video games have I played in my life? Let's say there is a bunch of Lego games. Those count. You cannot say that those don't count. There's Shining Force and Shining Force 2. There's Minecraft, The Escapists. I don't remember the other game I have on Steam that's not normal for me to play. There was Lego Universe, which is technically a Lego game, but I'm counting it differently. Then there's Breath of the Wild.
You also can't play Lego Universe anymore.
Yeah, but I did. That's what I'm saying.
Alright, it's cool, whatever.
There's Breath of the Wild. I need to get back to Hyrule Warriors because it was interesting. There's Pokemon games. I think it's been long enough that I can play Dark Souls again. I played a little bit of Hollow Knight, and then there's Smash. I just need to actually get on it again. Let's see. There are other things. I'm just having trouble remembering what they're called because I haven't touched them in a long time.
Okay, then. This is a useless segment. Anyways, you don't think you'd like it because of the sort of gameplay, which is whatever.
Yeah.
Because, but yes, anything add? Continue with your point before I interrupted you and started making you spouting games for no reason.
Let me see if I can get back to what I was saying. Right. Like I've tried playing games based on purely the trailer. I've tried playing games that seem to be like similar in perspective and that sort of thing. And from what I've seen purely from the trailer gameplay, and I just didn't care for them.
All right then.
I don't know what it is about it. There's just certain things I like. Everyone, there are some things that we just don't like.
Like me in Dark Souls 2. Ha ha.
No, I think that's a hatred.
What? You don't have visceral hatred for things?
There are certain things that I have very large disagreements with about, but those are mostly Dungeons and Dragons related.
Oh, good.
So- And I feel like this is more video game related, this podcast.
Yeah, it's supposed to be.
So, hey, but if you start up
Talk about Minecraft once a week.
saying we played it.
Amazing.
But
I've mentioned Dark Souls like almost every time. It's great.
yeah. We're really versatile.
Yeah, it really shows that we have a diverse history.
Of games. Yeah, exactly.
We are definitely the correct people to host a podcast.
We should do a Dungeons and Dragons and anime podcast.
Oh God.
I want to do that.
No, what would it be? I mean, if you wanted to, you'd have to come up with a creative name for such a podcast, like Dungeons and Anime, or Anime and Dragons, or
Dragons and Isekai, because that's the primary genre. I'm kidding.
oh, nobody likes Isekai. Nobody.
It depends on the anime. Sometimes it's actually relaxing to watch something that's really tropey. But
You're muted.
yeah, we could do a Dungeons and Dragons anime podcast,
No.
or a Dungeons and Dragons podcast and an anime podcast.
No. Anyways, what was I talking about? In Nightmare. In Nightmare is a game. You can not purchase it right now because it isn't out, but keep your eye on it if you feel like it, I guess. I don't know. But yes, that was all of the trailers that we had this week. 5 trailers for games. 2 of the games that we showed are not announced or not out, and the other 3 are already out. So we're all good and good and whatever. But yes,
We're the best gaming podcast because we mention the same 2 games every week. And when we watch trailers, we mostly just comment on how they look nice.
yeah, I'm sure our commentary is very interesting. Anyway,
It'll get better over
what do you
time.
mean it'll get better? This is the 10th episode we've recorded.
Yes.
That's 10 separate
The
weeks.
reason to do it is so that you don't have loose chunks of ice.
10 is a very small number.
That's why.
It isn't when you compare it to how often we upload these. That's 10 weeks of a year.
So that I don't.
Still.
That's like 2.5 months.
Well, then
Sorry,
then
a
it
month
actually
and a half.
makes even more sense in a way,
Yeah, that's why I wanted
because we don't do it more than every week, so we're not as used to like this sort of commentary.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, this isn't gaming related.
see what you're talking about. Yeah, it's pretty solid.
Whatever, man.
A lot of times with that kind of ice, what happens is
I'm
we're not gonna do it.
amazed by our thing.
You guys are.
It's fine. It's whatever.
That was some
I'm
interesting
with-
ice.
Anyways, let's
They
move
were-
on. Hey, Matthew.
We're
Let's move on.
breaking podcast.
No. Let's move on to host
Yes.
topics. Hey, Matthew, you got one?
I actually tried thinking of one.
Crazy.
Well, because I thought maybe I can. I'm working on stuff. I'm having a creative surge right now. And I couldn't think of one at the time, but I think I have a sort of one now
Then spout
because I
it.
thought about it a bit.
Spout it like you've never spouted before.
Basically, using games that are traditionally used to tell stories. that aren't meant for the game.
What?
You
say that again.
I need to come up with a better title for it. Hold on.
Are you like wait, what? I'm slightly confused.
Using games as storytelling mediums, even if the game wasn't originally made to be used in that specific way for the story you have in mind.
All right. So is this like giving Minecraft a story kind of thing?
Well, that's where my thought came from for it. Because who would have guessed? I would never be able to figure out why I would think of that.
So
and neither would you.
Are you talking like machinima or similar?
Hold on 1 second. I keep forgetting what machinima is.
Machinima was a word. I don't remember it was a combination of two words for machinima. What is basically like
right.
Video, like words. You you use in-game stuff to tell like a story or use jokes or what have you. And it's like Halo was used a lot for this, like in Red versus Blue. Also, like Red versus Blue is the only thing that comes to mind for some reason. But yes, machinima is that kind of thing. But like, is that what you're talking about, or is it something else?
Yeah, that's basically. I think that's what I'm trying to say. Like what my thought is.
Try and say what you're trying to say. Use your words, you freaking emotionless picture.
On my screen, I can't see myself, so.
By the way, Evan, you literally missed nothing.
Well, I was hearing you. I still have my headphones on.
I
actually did. You're right. I did miss nothing. Oh, Arthur.
Oh no, my words stopped working. My brain stopped working.
God. Write it down.
Yes. Okay. So, like, I think what I'm trying to say is something like, using the mechanics that are built into the game for the most part to tell an interesting story that people can actually be intrigued by and watch with actual investment.
All right.
Like,
so like what you're trying to do, kind of.
Yeah, sort of. But also, how I'm thinking is it could also technically work for very story-driven games like Dark Souls. Yes.
Well,
of basically you reword the story. You would have to bring demons in there somewhere, but you reword the story so that it's different than the game says it is. So like, instead of, now this is just going off of what I've seen of the game so far, instead of you going and being like the undead, you're a prisoner of war who is captured by the bad guys, like the Demon King or something. This is a very generic way of putting it, but still.
I mean, I guess
basically
it'd be very hard to do something like that in Dark Souls, though.
And to go an even farther step forward, you can okay, this is going a little more out of the using the things in the game, but you could use Photoshop and that sort of thing to rewrite the dialogue and re-voice act it from what the characters are saying.
That would be you might as well just make your own show at that point.
Not my point.
I mean, I've never heard of Machinima. Well, no, I have heard of Machinima using Dark Souls before, but like, it's like, I don't know. It's not like it doesn't try and like tell its own story. Like, well, it tells its own story in its encapsulated video format, which is mostly for comedy, anyways. But like, it doesn't. It doesn't like create a narrative structure. Like, I don't know. I'm not sure how you like. I don't know. The Dark Souls is a weird pick for something like that because it is technically very story driven, but at the same time, like, there's only what 3 cutscenes in the entire game, probably. No,
I only used it because it was the first thing that came to mind. Because
all right.
we might have talked about it earlier in this podcast.
You could,
like, aside from Minecraft.
I mean, I
But
suppose.
Minecraft, it's a much more open game.
Ironically, I feel like it would be easier to do that with Dark Souls 2.
Really?
Yeah, Dark Souls 2, not only is it way longer than Dark Souls 1, it also has a lot more open, well, not open areas, but it has a lot more areas in general. So, if you wanted to do something weird with it, you probably could much easier than with Dark Souls.
Okay. That's neat.
Yeah, like, I've also, never mind. I've expressed this before, but like a lot of the areas feel very disconnected from one another, so they are
Oh,
in their own little worlds.
yeah, that would actually work well for something like that.
Yeah.
And the monsters have a limited number of times they respawn, right?
Yeah, it's 12. I counted. I think
Okay, so you could...
I think it might vary depending on certain monsters, but generally speaking, the rule is if you kill a monster 12 times, it will stop respawning.
Okay, so you could bring them down to like... Because like in between times, once you get to certain areas, you could bring the enemies down to one or two respawns left, so that the representation, if it's a story that isn't filled with undead, so that it represents the enemy finally losing all its reinforcements or forces in that area.
Yeah, that's the other thing. That's the other thing about Dark Souls 2. I'm sorry we're kind of just having a weird conversation, but the other thing about Dark Souls 2 is that most of the enemies are just guys in armor. Anyways,
Oh, that's...
Yeah, Dark Souls 2 is very uncreative in its enemy designs. It
sounds like it.
Mostly guys, like humanoid guys in armor. Like, you have the regular undead, the undead soldiers, a guy in some really chunky armor, but he's still a guy. You have skeletons, which are the most generic fantasy enemy ever. You got all the bosses are mostly just guys in armor or just guys in robes. Like, literally, the first major boss you come across is a giant. He's like the lost giant, but I don't know. He's probably one of the more interesting ones. He's a lost giant. And then you have the Pursuer, which is a guy in armor that continually comes back to you, or comes back for you because he's the Pursuer. And then you have 2 bosses in the same area that literally one of them is a guy in armor and the other is just a guy in armor.
That's funny.
I don't know. There are so many humanoid bosses in that game. I'm going off on a tangent. I need to stop myself. Anyways, I feel like we've gotten off topic slightly.
Really?
I mean, we technically haven't gotten off topic, but now we're just kind of discussing a machinima in Dark Souls 2. Like that's where that's where we're at right now. And it's not really what you brought up as a topic.
Yeah, that's true.
And
So now I'm the only one not muted. It's great.
We had a pan clatter to the floor here. I just wanted to make sure it didn't happen again.
All right then.
Yeah.
Yes, but your host topic, Matthew. You're talking about machinima or just using video games to tell a story that the game itself does not have. That's kind of what you're
Yeah.
talking about. Do you have anything else
Yeah.
more to elaborate on it aside from just saying those words? Is it, is it a topic of discussion or is it just something you thought of?
I mean, we discussed something.
I guess.
It was actually fairly connected to it.
Yeah. It
So,
got me ranting
yes.
about Dark Souls 2 again.
Yeah. I would say
Yeah.
that it is a topic of discussion with what happened.
All right then. I guess we kind of answered it, or
Yeah.
just I don't know.
I actually technically brought a host topic within all technicalities.
Yeah. All right then.
Bring another one at episode 20.
Oh my god. Great. Well. Anyways, I guess we're done with that host topic. Devin, how about you? Do you have a host topic?
I did not bring a host topic today.
Julio Sulio. I love it all the Gulio. And I don't have a host topic either because I'm the main host and I've already explained why. I've already explained both the time before last and last time why I don't have a host topic. So there. If that, hey, at least we had one host topic. That's more than we've had in the last 2 weeks, I think.
That is true.
No, I brought a host topic last time.
Yes.
What was it?
Did. Wait.
I genuinely don't remember what it was.
Oh, I don't remember what it was either, but I did bring one.
Listen, man, weeks are long, mind is thin. Gotta, the week is long, my mind is thin, I've got nothing. My voice is going, everything is going amazingly.
Yeah.
Host topics are out of the way. Shaboom, pow, pow. Blast that topic out of a cannon. Moving on to news. Guess what? We have none.
Woohoo! No news.
I guess just as a thing, there was a Werewolf the Apocalypse game that came out, I believe, a day or so ago, or it hasn't come out. I don't remember. It looks okay as far as games go. It's based on Werewolf the Apocalypse, so there's that. I don't know. It looks okay. There was a trailer for it, but I didn't show it because the other games were more interesting. One of the founders of Bethesda died recently. There's a bit of news. It's not really worth discussing in length or detail, but there's something. There were like a bunch of random bits and bobs that was just stupid and not worth talking about. But yeah, no news. Amazing, right?
Yes.
Anyways, And since we have no news, we'll just, load that topic into a cannon and blast it off into outer space and move on to the end of the podcast because we've been going for like an hour or so. And, sometimes you just have slow or not slow, but not very heavy with content podcasts. And that's fine. Not all of them have to be 2.5 hours.
2.5 to 4
Most
hours.
of them aren't 2.5 hours.
Yeah.
But that's fine. I guess just as like whatever, either of you two have anything you want to talk about before we just move on to shameless self-promotion?
Not at the moment.
Cool. I'll rant about
I'm saving certain things for later.
I'll rant about Dark Souls lore. No. Nobody wants
Yes.
to rant about
Go. Rant.
No. No. I refuse.
Specifically about Dark Souls 2.
No, I refuse. I refuse.
Rant.
I refuse. My refuse. Whatever. Yeah. Slap in the face. Let's go on. Boom, 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 boom. Same shameless self-promotion. Bow, boo, ba. Pee-da, ba-da, ba-doo. Matthew, bow, ba-doo, pee-da, boo, ba. Shameless self-promotion.
Stop.
Ba-ba-doo. Fireworks going off in your direction. What do you have coming up this week? Where can people find you? All that good stuff. Is any of it worth watching? Poo, pa, pa, poo.
I feel like the fireworks are extremely dangerous, but this week you can find me on Mystical Meanderings, and I will be uploading the first episode of a Minecraft hardcore series because I'm sane, and editing it. It'll be going up on Tuesday. Will be going up on Tuesday.
Yeah, there you go. You promised the internet and it'll go.
Not sure how to make a thumbnail for it, but I'll figure that out later.
I mean, if you just want to be lazy, you could use Snappa.
Nah.
That's what I used for all of the thumbnails for the GTD podcast.
No, I'm pretty sure I have a different way to be lazy.
Cool.
It's called overcomplicating it and not being lazy.
All right.
It's my version of being lazy. Don't question that.
I don't mind using Snappa to create infinite copies of the same thumbnail for a podcast because it's a podcast and it's in a series. So,
Yeah. No, that makes sense.
I don't have to be
So I might actually. Can you upload your own images to Snappa?
Yes.
Okay, good. I will probably actually use it for part of the thumbnail.
The useful thing about Snapchat
Because I
is that it
don't have
has
Photoshop.
preset resolutions, so you can click on like I want to make a YouTube thumbnail, and it'll give you the exact resolutions you need.
Mhm.
So you don't have to be like me and spend like 1,000,000 hours trying to figure out how to get the exact pixel resolution to put up a fucking banner. I wasted so much time trying to get that original banner I made to the exact specifications that YouTube demanded, and I just couldn't. So,
Sorry, what was that?
No, it's fine. Continue.
I still am working on banner stuff, but I just looked up the pixel size because it was easier.
Yep. It has to be exactly that, pretty much.
Yep. And my iPad
Exactly.
can set it to that. So I can draw it at that size. Well, I can ink it. Well, no, I should just draw it.
Oh,
fully on
yeah,
there.
it has to be exactly that size, but because of the... So, just as a fair warning, I mean, this has nothing to do with the podcast or shameless self-promotion or games. But here's a PSA for all you young and upcoming YouTubers that want to make banners. YouTube sucks. Side note on that PSA. The exact pixel length it requests is like the full body image. That does not mean that you can make your entire banner fit that scale. That is just what it wants from you. The actual length that it will show on the web page is like, I don't know, a fourth of that full image size. So be careful about that.
That's funny.
You can look up YouTube border. You can look up YouTube sort of overlays. What are the banner overlays to give you a guide of what it recognizes as. Snappa even has an exact overlay it puts over when you create a banner on their website. So it's cool and all, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Just remember, because it has different amounts, it'll show different amounts of your banner on different devices. Anyways, PSA over. Matthew, continue your shameless spiel.
Related to my channel is that I am moving all my music to a different channel called Mystical Meanderings Music. I'm not sure if I'm going to keep that YouTube name because that's very long. Probably will though.
I have a
anyway. That's going to be where all my music is going to move to. I just need to get it on this computer to move it there.
I see. Well, here's another PSA. You should probably upload a video to your channel informing what subscribers you have that you've done this, so they're not unbelievably confused.
Oh yeah, I will be.
Anyways, that was really long because I decided to interrupt you. Is that it for you, Matthew?
It is.
Oh, you can also find him on Twitter, I guess.
Oh yeah, that
technically
exists.
Devin, moving on to you.
Yes.
Pow, poo, pow. Fireworks, pew, pow, poo, pow, yay, pa. What do you got coming up this week? Where can people find you? Twitter and all that shit. What are your 15 channels?
5 channels. Well, yeah, I think it's 5 channels.
I was 10 off. It's fine.
Yeah, it's not a big difference. You can find me at Blingden, and that's where I'm uploading. Blingden or Deliat Z.
All right.
That's kind of it, though.
Do you have anything coming up?
I have an animation video that I'm making, which is based off of it's like the opening of the Dresden Files, only animated, and that's going to take forever, and it's not very good. But then I also have a couple of gaming clips that I thought were kind of funny out of a larger video that's going up on Blingden. And lastly, a video of me being a Mr. Beastian type person and giving away things on Skyblock.
All right.
Yeah.
I see.
I have a couple of things coming up. I just have to finish editing them.
All right. When are they coming out? Make a promise to the internet.
Blingden. They're coming out on Blingden.
When are they coming out, though? Can you give it?
When?
Yeah, make a promise to the internet, like Matthew did. Come on, I dare you.
But before next Saturday.
All right. Well, that's still a deadline.
The animation's not going to come out though. Yeah. Yeah, that's a deadline. Yep.
It's a deadline, all right.
Yep.
Dead ass line. But yeah, you can also. You're not on Twitter. Why would you be on Twitter? No, there's no reason to be on Twitter. I'm only on Twitter because I actually don't know why I'm on Twitter. Who knows? Who knows?
Promotion.
Yeah, promotion, and that's it.
Yep.
Yeah, is that all for you in that
Yep.
case.
That's it. That Mafu Gaming hasn't done anything really, and the other channels don't have videos on them.
Good to know.
One. Oh yeah, Sabre. That might. Okay, I will make I will say right now, I'm going to upload something on Sabre, upload an actual Sabre on Sabre about something before February 12th. On February 12th. Whatever February 12th is. That gives me.
Hallelujah, 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 hallelujah.
But that's gonna take it's so hard to do.
You made a promise to the internet. It's fine. It's just a
Yeah.
promise to the internet.
Yeah.
Yeah. Pow, poo, pow, pee, pee, pow, pow. Fireworks, pow, pee, pow, poo, pow. Moving on. Yeah, that's it for you, though.
Yeah, that's it for me.
Cool. Pow, poo, pow, pow, poo. Moving on to the boring one. Hello there. I can't even. Okay. Yes, moving on to me, the one who runs this podcast into the ground each week. Why am I introducing myself? As me running into the ground. I will continue to be on this channel, as well as possibly Mystical Meanderings, whenever the D&D group / recorded session I'm a part of gets uploaded. I'm not in charge of that, so it's not my problem.
And the Minecraft stuff.
Oh, well,
Look
I
out for
don't
that.
know when that's being recorded. You don't even know when that's being recorded.
There's the separate thing now that you have your computer.
Whatever. Yeah. I will continue to be on the podcast. I'll keep being the stupid host of the podcast because, god damn it, I will release an episode each week, even if they get 0 views. Which, it's a possibility. Anyways, yes, I'll continue to be the host of the GTD Podcast. I have 3 videos planned to come out before the end of the month. So stay tuned for those whenever they get done. I just need to write 3 scripts. It shouldn't be that hard. Other than that, you can find the channel on Twitter at gaming, the discussion, where I'll be posting news that I find worthy of noting, and also retweeting a bunch of games. And when the episode goes live, I'll also post something. So enjoy the nothingness that is that Twitter. But that's it. That's
It's
all.
just Twitter.
That's all I'm worth. That's all I'm worth in this world. I'm worth this podcast and that Twitter.
That can't be accurate.
Not accurate. What are you talking about? But anyways, pow poo pow pow firework, pow poo, high energy, poo pow poo.
I feel like that many fireworks are dangerous when you're inside a building.
I'm only slightly on fire, as you can tell by my hair.
Yes, I can.
Yes. Thank you all for watching this GTD podcast travesty that I keep going on with. Thank you all so much for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, all that cool junk that people spout at the end of videos in a hopeless attempt to capture their a person enough to actually do one of those 3 things. If you want to check out any of the trailers we looked at this week, you can find them in the description or the pinned comment below. I also put the news down there, but we didn't have any, so, You can also check out these guys' channels down there, too, because I put them down there.
Mm-hmm.
Wow! It's almost like I've done this before.
No, you haven't done this before. You haven't done this, 9, 10 other times?
9 other times. Wow, it's crazy.
Yeah, no. Crazy.
It's crazy. Yes. That's it for the podcast. Stop. I'm going to say goodbye one more time, and then the video will stop.